Ramana, what is the guarantee that you are not going to indulge into corrupt practices after becoming the what you call into the bureaucrat, after becoming a bureaucrat?
Right.
I told him, sir, I cannot explain you what I'm going to do in the future time scale,
Right.
but I can explain you the path I traveled all these years, and you can have a glimpse of a small idea about my personality and all those things, and explain my involvement in the NGO sector, social activities, and the libraries and the equality NGO. I mentioned so many things.
Right.
So he said, well done.
How many of you have dreamed of making a difference, of bringing positive change to society and to the system, and being a real change maker? And after years of working towards this dream, what if you finally had the opportunity to do this? What would you do and how would you do it? Welcome to Chamomile Tea with Toppers, an initiative by Unacademy. My name is Shweta, and today we have Ramana Akula, who topped the APPSC Group 1 exam with rank 1 and who's finally got the opportunity to do this. Welcome to the show, Ramana. How are you doing?
Yeah, thank you, Shweta. It's very great to be here as part of Unacademy platform. So I dreamt of having to be part of Unacademy previously. I wrote a mail to Roman Saini once long back.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
to teach, is
yeah,
it?
Yeah,
okay.
previously it's long back anyway.
Okay.
So I got communication, but somehow I couldn't do that one. It's a very
yeah, we
great,
hope to have you on the platform
yeah, sure.
teaching. I'm sure it'll help so many students out there.
True.
So congratulations, the results just came out and you've achieved a rank of 1. Did you ever expect that in your wildest dreams?
Yeah, forget about rank 1 or 10. So for any person, the rank is just a relative number. For example, let's take this level of preparation by other fellow exam takers. I really don't know about them.
Right.
So in my opinion, the rank is just a random number.
Right.
Suppose, for example, if I prepare well, my rank will will be improving day by day. It's all about improving ourselves. So keep on pushing, transform yourself, and just go to the best one. So probably it may be rank 1 one day.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now talking about your level of preparation, did you go in with that level of preparation where you said that, yes, I'm going to come out with, really great scores?
No, I never thought like that because taking from my, if you consider my background or some other considerations, all the factors, it's very difficult to know that, it's rank 1 or 10 or a great number. So it's just a dream come true. So,
but how did you work towards this? How did you set your mind towards this exam and then decide that this is how I want to prepare, and how exactly did you go about it?
Okay, so my level of preparation, it's more like knowledge seeking. So I consider this, let us take, we are having some 5 papers in gender studies and some other language papers. So what I will see is that, let us take one topic is there. I consider each topic like a brick. So you just need to master each topic. Each topic is like a brick. Right? You need to just consolidate what we have learned. So for example, let us say there are many subjects are there. The subjects are like pillars.
Yeah.
The different topics are like bricks. We're just constructing one new castle for us.
Was there any specific time that you devoted towards working towards each of these bricks, like you called it, or did you just have a more holistic approach towards your preparation, where you said that this is the total time that I have and these are the aspects that I need to cover? How exactly did you go about devoting time to each aspect?
Actually, my type of preparation is more like, I'll take topic at once. So sometimes it may take just 2 hours or 20 hours. So I'll just spend some time on finishing of the topic, then having some kind of timetable, something like that. I never had my timetable, but I will try to finish it off that topic.
So you saw yourself spending more time on some topics that maybe you're not that strong at as compared to other topics, right?
True.
Okay. And what exactly really pushed you towards, deciding that this is the exam that I want to write? What was the reason behind choosing this exam?
I used to work for a tech company in Hyderabad known as Qualcomm Logic Limited as a circuit design engineer. So when I was working there in Hyderabad, we have some weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. I used to go to nearby government schools and teach some small kids. Because I came from a government school, I know what's the level of learning in the government school. So because I know some nitty-gritties and some drawbacks of government education, unfortunately.
Right.
So I wanted to empower them.
Right.
For that reason, I just in the weekends I went to government school. I started teaching. So I thought if I could really adopt one school and convert it like it will satisfying myself. So then after entering into this, I had a thought about, what about other schools in the entire state,
Right.
about India. So why I'm doing all these things? So I thought it's the duty of government to give quality education and to all the sections of society, irrespective of any social barrier or a financial barrier. But I was doing in one school. So if you want to scale up my level of work, I should be part of government. So for that reason, I just came to know what's the meaning of government, the different branches in the government, like legislative organ, executive organ, judicial organ. I tried with all these three organs. Okay, so interestingly, initially I worked for Lok Sabha party as a volunteer, and also the recent Aam Aadmi party. That's one thing. Second thing is I prepared for this exam to be part of this administrative branch. That's part of executive branch. And also I did my law. So if at all I really fail, I wanted to become a lawyer. So I wanted to become the public interest litigation.
Did you also think about writing the UPSC exam?
Yeah, actually my preparation started with the UPSC itself. I quit my job and I started preparing for the UPSC to be part of that administrative branch of government. So to do more for education and agriculture sector. So while preparing for the UPSC, I wrote this exam as well. So that's why my journey started with the UPSC itself.
Right. So are there any differences between the APPSC and the UPSC? Were there any different strategies that you used for preparation for both these exams?
So that UPSC and the APPSC Group 1 exam syllabus is more or like same, like 70-30 ratio. So 70% is almost similar. 30% is a state-specific syllabus is there. Suppose if you dig down into the syllabus comparison, the first paper essay is common, the second paper history part, that polity part, that geography, environment, science and technology part, all are common. But the degree of difficulty may be a little bit different. The UPSC is more analytical. The APPSC is also analytical, but not up to the level of UPSC. But the preparation is quite same. Moreover, the point is all the people who are preparing for the UPSC, they will give the try in the APPSC.
APPSC as well.
So obviously, the same kind of competitors will come here. So the for the all top ranks, the competition would be at the UPSC level. So next thing is that regarding syllabus, in the APPSC Group 1 exam, the state specific syllabus is there. For example, let us take Andhra Pradesh history, the state history, the state geography, state economy. So there are some other aspects that we need to prepare extra, little bit extra. But with the understanding of UPSC syllabus, one can just give a good try at the state level as well. For example, let us take if you know Indian economy, the AP economy would be on the same lines. There the budget is there, here also budget is there, there the GDP is there at the national level, here at the GSDP, state level GDP is there. So more or like the concepts are same, but the numbers will change and so a little bit here and there, just small stuff will change. It's more or like same. I got the rank 1 just because of UPSC preparation.
So your preparation for UPSC definitely did help for the APPSC.
Exactly.
And another amazing thing, Ramana, was that you spoke about how you did your schooling in Telugu. You came from a Telugu medium school and then you went on to write the exam in English. How did you manage that?
Yeah, so I'm very fond of my native language, Telugu. So I studied in Telugu medium from the from schooling to class 12. So I did my engineering in English because the engineering in Telugu medium is not available. That's the only reason. So otherwise I could have done it in Telugu itself. Then, so after completing my engineering, after quitting my job as from the tech industry, so I started learning basic English as well. Some English, but it's not sufficient to write the UPSC exam in English. So I really worked very hard. I used to struggle with the Hindu paper. So initially, it took nearly 4 hours to study Hindu paper, being from Telugu medium. So I had my dictionary. I was not having smartphone in those days, so to have one a dictionary app. So I used to struggle with a book, dictionary book. I used to underline some words. I used to learn. So I mainly focused on the expression part of the Hindu language, apart from content. It's extra work apart from the regular preparation.
So what would you recommend for other learners who come from, say, Telugu medium schools who would like to write the exam in English? Specifically, for example, like you mentioned, the Hindu newspaper analysis. How should they go about it? How can they really break it down to understand better?
Suppose if you, in my opinion, any person could write the exam in any language of his comfort and choice, because it's all about expression. But if any person wanted to write the exam in English, So being from the vernacular language background, so I suggest them to study that Hindu newspaper along with the one native newspaper. For example, let us take, I studied E19. It's a one Telugu major daily. So the same news would be there.
Okay.
So expression would be a little bit similar. So I used to spend some time in E19. The same news stuff I study in Hindu as well.
Okay.
Okay, I'll try to correlate what is the concept. So after knowing that what is the content of the news item, so I'll focus on expression. So I'll try to remember them. So next time it will become a familiar one, right?
Right.
So it will imbibe into my mind. I start using them. I start writing. So
at one point, did you just stop reading the Telugu newspaper and try to just comprehend what was written in the English newspaper?
Exactly.
So that was the end goal. That was the end goal.
End goal that's a complete switch over.
Right.
Now I could read completely in English.
Okay.
And also my thought process has shifted to a little bit of English as well. Previously I used to think in Telugu, I used to translate in my mind, and I used to write in the exam.
Okay.
It's a very difficult process.
That's true, yes.
So there's a transformation.
Sure. So Ramana, another thing is now for all those learners who would like to attempt the exam in Telugu, what would you like to tell them? Are there any specific tips and tricks that you would like to give them? Maybe you could even tell us in Telugu.
Yeah, that's a good thing that you asked that one. So there are many Telugu audience are there. So for Telugu audience, నేను చెప్దాం అనుకున్నాను ఏంటంటే కనుక మీడియంతో సంబంధం లేదు, మన బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్తో సంబంధం లేదు, ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చాము, ఏం చేస్తున్నాము అని సంబంధం లేదు. మనం జస్ట్ వీ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ కాన్ఫిడెన్స్. మనకు అంత మన మీద మన నమ్మకం ఉండాలి. నమ్మకం ఉండి టైం పెట్టాలి. అయితే తెలుగులో వచ్చే వాళ్ళకి నేను చెప్పేది ఏంటంటే కనుక ఫస్ట్ మనకు బేసిక్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఇక్కడ ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం చదివే వాళ్ళు ఎన్సీఆర్టీస్ అవుతారు, తెలుగు మీడియం చదివే వాళ్ళు స్టేట్ లెవెల్ బుక్స్ అవుతారు. స్టేట్ లెవెల్ బుక్స్ చదివి సేమ్ అవే సబ్జెక్ట్స్ నేర్చుకుంటారు. తర్వాత స్లోగా ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం షిఫ్ట్ అవ్వాలి. షిఫ్ట్ అవ్వకపోయినా పర్లేదు. సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ రైట్ ఓన్లీ గ్రూప్ 1 ఎగ్జామే రాద్దాం అనుకుంటే కనుక ఓన్లీ తెలుగు మీడియం చదువుకోవాలి. బట్ కాకపోతే ఎక్కువ మెటీరియల్ మనకి ఇంగ్లీష్లో వస్తుంది కాబట్టి దాన్ని ట్రాన్స్లేట్ చేసుకోవాలి. అందుకని చెప్పేసి నేనేం సజెస్ట్ చేస్తానంటే తెలుగు అకాడమీ బుక్స్ అవి ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ బుక్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ జాగ్రఫీ జార్గాన్ ఉంటుంది, అలాగే హిస్టరీ ఉంటుంది, పాలిటీ ఉంటుంది, ఇంగ్లీష్ టు తెలుగు ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ వర్డ్స్ ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ ఉంటుంది. ఆ బుక్ తీసుకోమని సజెస్ట్ చేస్తాను. జార్గాన్ ఏవైతే ఉంటుందో అకాడమీ బుక్స్లో అవి తీసుకొని అక్కడి నుంచి మనం ట్రాన్స్లేట్ చేసుకోవాలన్నమాట. వర్డ్స్ అన్ని చేసుకొని కొన్ని రోజుల తర్వాత తెలుగు చదివినా ఇంగ్లీష్ చదివినా ఒకటే అయ్యేలాగా రావాలి. అయితే ఈ గ్రూప్ 1 ఎగ్జామ్కి తెలుగు మీడియం రాసే వాళ్ళకి ఏంటంటే కనుక ఇంగ్లీష్లో రాయడం కర్సివ్ రైటింగ్ అంత ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది. కానీ మనకు తెలుగులో ఎలా ఉంటుంది, ఒత్తులు ఉంటాయి, పొల్లులు ఉంటాయి, అన్నీ చాలా ఉంటాయి. అందువల్ల స్పీడ్ హ్యాండ్ రైటింగ్ అనేది చాలా ఇంప్రూవ్ చేసుకోవాలి. సో ఆ స్పీడ్ హ్యాండ్ రైటింగ్లోనే మనకు తెలుగులో చాలా స్లో అవుతుంది రాయడం. అది ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం వాళ్ళతో కంపేర్ చేయాలంటే కనుక తెలుగు హ్యాండ్ రైటింగ్ ఇన్ టు ఇంప్రూవ్ అలాట్.
Thank you so much for that message for our learners, Ramana. Now, you mentioned that you dabbled in so many different things. You did law, you even were in politics for a little bit of time. And how did you really manage like doing so many different things and then figuring out that this is what I want to do?
Yeah, so being into so many things, it's both advantage and disadvantage.
Right.
The advantage is that I will be knowing the ground level situations, not just having the bookish knowledge.
Right.
So what I suggest to anyone who has some kind of confusion, so whether to be part of the ground level work, doing some work and preparing for the exam, or to prepare exam alone, I think it should be a right mix.
Right. And do you think that perspective helps to have that ground level or grassroots level
100%,
exam?
100%.
Okay.
So I used to go to talk shows. I used to go to if there is any social event that is going on. So I used to stay in a place known as Ashok Nagar. It's very hub for civil service aspirants. So the nearby place is the Indira Park X Road.
Okay.
That Indira Park X Road is like a Jantar Mantar of Delhi.
Okay.
So there are so many dharnas and those things used to happen.
Right.
Sometimes I used to go there. I used to mingle with the people. I used to ask them, why are you doing this dharna?
Right.
So I just know the information, that first hand information.
Right.
So that information will go to newspaper, that information will go to magazine, and again we'll study. So instead of going here and there, so I'll just go to that place. So I used to attend so many meetings on social issues.
Right.
I used to work with them for some 1 or 2 days to understand the situation in the whole manner, like 360 degrees approach.
Right.
Then I'll apply that knowledge in my exam. Okay.
So that perspective does help in the exam.
Yeah, really.
Okay.
Has changed a lot.
And was there any specific event that you attended on a social issue that really changed your perspective altogether?
So I can give 1 or 2 examples. One is related to agriculture.
Okay.
So I came to know about one organization known as Center for Sustainable Agriculture.
Okay.
So that is into the what you call policy advocacy on agrarian crisis and farmer suicides aspect. I really worked with them for so many years. So it has really transformed my thought process.
Right.
So many people used to think that agrarian crisis is more like, the farmers are not able to produce more. The China, it is producing so many tons, 4,000 kgs per acre, whereas in Andhra, in this India we are just giving only 2,000 plus kgs. I came to know that agrarian crisis is not all about production problem. It's all about market problem. For example, let us say if you are not producing more, obviously you will not get good income for the farmers. Suppose if you are producing more, even then you are not getting the good money because there is a price drop.
Right.
So it's all about the market crisis or the market political management, market forces, obviously.
Right.
So it's all about organizing the farmers into groups, realizing the good price, and giving the good information to the farmers what to grow, when to grow, so at what price we should sell, and interlinking the markets.
Right.
I see the agrarian crisis is all about the market perspective, apart from the focusing on the production perspective. So we are agriculture means we are always used to think that we need to produce more, we need to try with the commercial crops. It's not about the production of the crops; it's about the market.
Right. And this sort of perspective really helped when you were writing your exams,
Yeah, really.
right? Yeah.
So I was having geography optional. There is one big topic on agriculture.
Right.
So I was very good at agriculture.
Right.
In 2014, I guess, 14, I had given the UPSC mains exam.
Right.
My second paper score is around more than 145.
Okay.
It's an awesome score.
Right.
It's very good score.
Yes.
So it's just because of my association with so many NGOs, ground level understanding. I worked with the groundwater management NGO.
Right.
Right. So there's one essay on water resources.
Right.
I really did well.
And the learnings that you have gathered through all of these multiple visits, on ground activities that you have conducted, are you able to take that back and share that with this community of farmers, say in your village, and how do they react when you share these learnings with them?
So whatever the learnings on field, like field, it's not a kheti, it's a ground level situation.
Right.
So I used to tell to farmers.
Right.
So this Center for Sustainable Agriculture is giving so many classes for the farmers to become more proactive in understanding the market linkages. So I used to give small trainings here and there, but not so big. But yeah.
But we all start somewhere, right? So that itself is a great step. And another thing that I wanted to ask you is, I mean, especially for exams like this that are require so much of preparation, there could be a lot of stress involved. There could be a lot of pressure. How do you maintain your calm, and how do you remain motivated to pursue your academic goals?
It's a good question. So the UPSC preparation is like a marathon. Okay. The only quality that I consider that could help in UPSC preparation is the grit. So we need to work for longer hours.
Right.
We need to have some kind of motivation that should be sustainable for longer periods, sometimes months and years to take for some people. And also it's a common sense based approach that will really help us with grit with common sense. It's a good combination.
Right.
Sometimes, for example, let us say I have failed in preliminary exam with this one mock. Suppose, for example, if I fail with a difference of 10 marks, that's okay.
Yeah.
If I fail with just one mark, it will really kill us.
That's true. Yeah.
So I thought it's like a random number. It's just need to go.
But
with
how
the flow.
do you deal with that? If you did lose out with, say, 1 mark, how do you come out of it and say that, I want to go and pursue the next exam with even more enthusiasm and preparation?
So initially there was some kind of down in my mind, but what I thought was, see, for example, that's the fact of the matter is that I failed in the exam.
Right.
Can I change by going back to time scale?
No.
No, obviously no, right? So what I could do, suppose if you just think too much about that one, can I change the result?
Right.
Obviously no. So what I could do is that I could think about the future time scale and what I could better. So where I have committed the mistake. So there is some learning. So I always used to say, sometimes you will succeed, sometimes you will learn.
Right.
It's not that sometimes you'll fail.
Right.
You learn something. So I learn key lessons from my failures, you could say the so-called failures, and then I will not repeat the same mistake again. I will try to not to repeat the same mistake again.
Right.
That's what the strategy. And moreover, it should be more pragmatic. So by thinking too much about the any result, it will not serve any purpose.
So now coming to the exam, we know that it's 3 different phases: the prelims, mains, and the interviews. So what was your marks across all these three aspects, and what kind of questions were you asked during the interview, and how did you really handle those?
Yeah, I think all of you know that that exam is of three levels. First one is preliminary level.
Right.
It's like objective one.
Right.
So in the objective preparation, you should what you call practice more. Even with a small 1 mark difference, many people will just be away from the cutoff. So for that reason, you need to practice a lot. So for that reason, I started what you call picking up the questions from UPSC.
Okay.
So I'm going to release one book and app as well.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
Okay.
So app. So in the history of UPSC, starting from optional subjects
Right.
to CDS exam, NDA exam, there are many good exams,
Right.
and including the civil service examination.
Right.
So I just collected so many questions. It's around 16,000 questions. Good question bank. So I'm segregating into subject-wise, topic-wise. So I'm going to release that book. But the major thing is that if you want to clear the UPSC preliminary exam, we need to practice a lot from the different old question papers of UPSC, not just from civil services old question papers.
Right.
There's a pattern also. There are some questions that are being repeated,
Okay.
the same questions with different options.
Okay.
So you need to do those practice on different dimensions.
Right. And what about
Second,
the mains?
Mains. The mains, in my opinion, it requires two things.
Okay.
One is analytical part. You should write in an analytical way. Second thing is the writing speed. Writing
Okay.
speed really matters.
Right.
Suppose, for example, if you are able to write at 10 words per minute writing speed, by practicing, if you could improve to 15 words per minute,
Right.
that implies there is improvement of 5 words per minute.
Right.
Let us take out of 3 hours exam, total 150 minutes the effective writing let us take.
Right.
150 minutes multiplied by this 5 words per minute. It is in total of 750 words. 750 words is a huge difference.
Right.
I think it will be around extra 10 pages you are writing.
And how did you go about practicing this writing speed?
Yeah, what I followed was that, so there is a text is there in the Hindu newspaper. I will take
Right.
one article out, let us say 300 words.
Right.
I will put that one into a small software that will read out. There
Okay.
are many softwares are there.
Right.
So it will read out for myself.
Okay.
It's like a speed rating. I'll just reduce the speed of that reading.
Okay.
And I'll just write down. It's like a dictation.
Right. Right.
Dictation.
Okay.
So my hand used to get so much of pain initially, but I managed to write that
Build
one.
up that speed
Build
also.
that speed. Yeah.
And what about the interview, Ramana? Tell us about that. How was your experience? What kind of questions were asked to you?
Yeah, my interview is very good because I'm more into practical knowledge.
Right.
So in total, I have done 2 interviews for the Group 1 exam.
Okay.
Out of 75, I got 63 out of in one
Okay.
time. Second time, I got 67 out of 75.
Okay.
It's an awesome score.
Right.
So they have also some wonderful questions also. So the chairman has asked me a question saying that, Mr. Ramana, I think all the government, these bureaucrats are what you call, are corrupt fellows.
Okay.
So what do you say?
Right.
So I told them, as there are some good people and bad people in
Right.
many sectors, in the government sector also there are good people and bad people.
Right.
I have taken the name of good person, but not the bad person.
Right.
If I take the name of the bad person, they will ask, how do you know that one?
Right.
It's very difficult for me to justify that one.
Right.
For the good person, I can justify.
Right.
I have taken the name of Sri Ashar Sankaran IAS, who is the epitome of service.
Right.
You know, after that, he asked me another question, counter question. Ramana, what is the guarantee that you are not going to indulge into corrupt practices? After becoming into the bureaucrat, after becoming a bureaucrat.
Right.
I told him, sir, I cannot explain you what I'm going to do in the future time scale.
Right.
But I can explain you the path I traveled all these years. And you can have a glimpse of a small idea about my personality and all those things. And I explained my involvement in the NGO sector, social activities, and the libraries and the equality NGO. I mentioned so many things.
Right.
So he said, well done.
Okay.
He told me that well done. Yeah,
That's fantastic. And I do know that education is also another cause that you care about. What's some of the work that you have done in the education space?
Yeah, we have floated an NGO called Equality
Right.
to empower the youth, to provide the equal opportunities,
Right.
to make them as the carriers of agents of change,
Okay.
to put India into the right path, to be the leader
Right.
amongst the what you call comet of nations.
Okay.
So our idea is to empower them, to push them into the different segments. Let us take Lloyd's group, this bureaucrats group, for example. Let us take SIs, the sub-inspector of police, different segments,
Right.
so that we can have some more good people into the system. so that we can improve the goodness in the society.
Right.
So that was our idea.
Right.
So now we are going to float this equality empowerment centers in my hometown, starting with my hometown.
Okay.
That's like more like study library. It's a
Right.
microform of Unacademy.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
this is
Okay.
like, so it's like a study space. So what I thought was there are some good content in the web. Let us take Unacademy videos. We'll project there for the people who cannot have access to smartphone also.
Right.
And also we'll give the space to mingle with the people. Okay, suppose for example, let us say if I'm listening to Unacademy, it is like a one-side learning. There's
Right.
only one person. If I have some group of people, it's like a normal class with an
You can
Unacademy
discuss
lecture.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so they can discuss, they can mingle, they can prepare together. So I wanted to provide some physical space as well with the name of
That's
Equality
nice. So you're
Empowerment
doing
Center.
this along with, of course, being a deputy collector now,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
And tell us what your typical day is like as a deputy collector. What is it that you work on? I know that it's only in training right now, right? You're in training.
Yes.
But what is it that you do on a typical day-to-day basis?
Yeah, so I just joined in the service. So recently I what you call functioned as a Tahsildar independent church in a small what you call mandal known as Cherukupalli in Guntur district.
Okay.
So every day I used to go to office around 9:30.
Yeah.
So I used to what you call go back my home around 9:30 in the evening. So I used to sign on around 200 to 300 applications in a day.
Okay.
I
Wow.
used to meet 50 or 100 people on daily basis. I used to go to field visits, the surveys and representations from the politicians,
Right.
some people for house sites.
Right.
So in that mandal, there's a road widening is going on. So there are many homeless people are there. They are asking for the house sites. So it is very difficult and challenging and interesting and what you call socially satisfying for me. What you call to be there. So yeah.
And Ramana, just for all of our learners, what are some of the other posts that you can get out of writing the APPSC exam?
Yeah, APPSC Group 1 exam, it's more like civil services post only.
Right.
One level below that civil services.
Right.
Like I'm the deputy collector.
Right.
The next one is the deputy SP, deputy superintendent of police.
Right.
The commercial tax officers. District employment officer,
Right.
cooperative registrar, district registrars, and also audit officers. Like it's a UPSC exam, a civil service exam, and the SSC,
Right.
SSC exam, SSCGL.
Right.
So both are mixed at the one level below that one.
Okay, all right. Now, before we move on to this next round, which is a rapid fire, would you like to have a sip of tea?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So now I'll just tell you a bit about what this round is about. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions, and like the name says, it's a rapid fire. So you need to quickly come up with answers for those.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm a slow learner, but okay, I'll try.
No, I don't think I can believe that after whatever we've spoken. Okay, so the first question for you is, what is your favorite pastime?
Favorite pastime? Sleeping.
Oh wow, okay. Where do you find time to sleep between all the hours that you put into
While
studying?
traveling.
Oh, while traveling. Okay, that's optimization, I guess. So the second question is, if you could take only one thing along with you when you leave the city, what would that one thing be?
So I like to have a tab
Okay.
with power bank. So to study so many PDFs and to watch videos. I used to listen to TEDx talk and interviews of different people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So now the third thing, who has been your biggest cheerleader or supporter?
So it's myself.
Okay. Now the fourth question for you is, if you took this exam again today, what would your rank be?
Yeah, it's I think rank is a random number.
Right.
Maybe first again or last again, or I may be out of the service also.
Okay.
We really don't know the rank. It will be one of the top ranker, I guess.
Okay.
Because it's just been while.
Okay. And now the fifth question is, tell me one food item that you can't live without.
I'm not a foodie.
Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, so the sixth question is, what's one of your biggest fears?
Fears is there are two great sins I learned from Dr. Jayaprakash Narayan of Lok Satta. One is unfulfilled potential.
Okay.
The second one is avoidable suffering.
So now it's the last question. And that question is, if you had to take a celebrity for a dinner, who would it be?
Yeah, thanks. It's the last question.
Uh-huh.
It's not one person, two persons. So I'm more into political thinking.
Okay.
So I'd like to have both Arvind Kejriwal and Narendra Bhai Modi ji. So
Wow,
one
that's
platform.
two very different people.
Yeah, I will interview them.
Oh wow, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that completes the rapid fire round, and now I'm just going to quickly go into a word association game. So what I'm going to do is say a word, and you have to reply with another word that comes to your mind when I say this word. one word.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Ready.
Okay, awesome.
Hopefully.
Okay, so the first word is family.
Family, it's a great social institution.
That's too many words. You have to answer with just one word.
It's a love,
Okay. Next word, opportunity.
opportunity for all.
Tollywood.
Tollywood, good stuff.
Okay. Village.
Village, I just love it to.
One word.
Yeah, just love. Love.
Okay. Beach.
Beach, bath.
Money.
Money, it's a mobilizer.
Politics.
Politics, noble underwear.
Okay. Okay, so you've done really well in both the word association game and the rapid fire.
Really?
And for that, we'd like to give you a special gift from Unacademy.
Wow.
Can I get some help to put this up on? Thank you, Fiona.
Wow.
Okay. This is for you, Ramana. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming on the show and for speaking to all of our learners.
Thank
Alright,
you.
Quite heavy.
Thank you.
So Ramana, thank you so much for your time, taking time out to come on this show. Before we finish this episode, are there any tips that you'd like to give learners who are probably taking this exam for the first time or even giving it for the second or the third time? Any tips that you'd like to share with them?
If I want to give any kind of message to learners, the one is, so believe in yourself. Don't fall into the social traps. Like your aunt is asking, what are you doing all these days? Your neighbor is earning some money. Don't fall into the social traps. It's your life, your choice. Grit plus common sense. That's most important. And to conclude, I would like to give something in Telugu. There is a famous poet, revolutionary poet from Telugu land. His name is Sri Sri. He told one good line. నిప్పులు చిమ్ముకుంటూ నింగికి నేను ఎగిరిపోతే నిబిడాశ్చర్యంతో వీరు నెత్తురు కక్కుకుంటూ నేలకు నీ రాలిపోతే నిర్దాక్షిణ్యంగా వీరే. It means, suppose for example, if you are going very high and high in your career or some path, the people will be mesmerized and they will praise you. Suppose you are falling down, they will criticize you. So the point is, you just be away from the success and failures. You take them equally and don't listen to others. Those who are unnecessarily praising you, those who are unnecessarily criticizing you. Because you know about yourself. That's it.
Thank you, Ramana, for sharing those strong words. And before we sign off, of course, we'd like you to nominate a friend of yours who we can invite to this show, a fellow topper maybe, who we can invite to this show. Is there anyone you'd like us to invite?
I would like to nominate Mr. Rohit Singh, who topped Telangana TSPSC Group 1 exam. So to be on this Unacademy platform.
So Rohit, you heard Ramana right. Expect a call from us very soon. Thank you so much, Ramana. And before we sign off, any final words that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I'm very thankful to this Unacademy platform, which has democratized the knowledge. So it's not just into the one exam or two exam, a hell lot of exams. With so many rankers, toppers, people from different walks of life, they are just coming to just disseminate the knowledge.
Right.
The Indian society has faced so many problems just because of the closed doors of knowledge. Now it is being opened up. So each and everyone should get the access to knowledge.
Absolutely.
So now your dreams will come true. So just use this platform and grow and just serve back to society. Just pay back to society.
Right. So Ramana, thank you so much for having such a candid conversation with us. You've gone over your strategy and also how others can, prepare for these exams, and also bits about motivation, which I think is so important. And the food is here. Thank you. Why don't you help yourself to some food which we can enjoy after
you.
our conversation?
Looks great.
Yeah, help yourself.
It's awesome food.
Okay.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
And thanks to the farmer who has produced this food. Yeah, it's a great platform to be on. I would like to be part of this Unacademy education revolution, I would say.
We look forward to having
Yeah.
you on our platform.
Yeah, so my lessons are going to be part of this Unacademy platform. Thanks for all the support that you are giving to the millions of people who are downtrodden in the society. So soon I'm going to see my videos in the Unacademy.
So thank you so much, Ramana.
Thank you, Shweta.